Hello everybody, this is Astocky here, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Play for the Astocky Pack. Once again, I've had an issue with recording, so I'm now going to be overdubbing. In this episode, what I'm actually looking to do is fix up my boring machine to basically make it so that it has the ability to do, I guess, more boring with less getting clogged up. So here I'm making some frames because I'm going to need a bunch of frames for this to work. And there's the other frame that I had made previously. I'm going to need some redstone conductive tubes because that's what's going to basically help link everything together. And you put the tube with the frame and that gives you a conductive frame. So that's my 5 conductive frames I think I'm going to need. I'm also going to need a handsaw because I'm going to have to make some extra covers. And almost always need a bunch of cobble, so I thought I'd grab a couple of stacks of it. That's probably more than I'm going to need, but we'll see how things go. Now I'm going to need to make 2 deployers for this particular incident. So I need some pistons and some chests, so I'll grab what I need for pistons. And I'm going to need some iron and some redstone, and we'll throw it all together. And there's my piston, and I've totally forgotten what the recipe is, but there we go. Now I need a chest. And I think I've just realized that I've only got enough stuff for 1 deployer, and I'm going to need at least 2 of them, so I'm going to need a bunch more stuff. So that's 1 deployer worth. So take it all back out, and we're going to do the same thing all over again. So more planks, and then just going to use 1 piece of wood to make sure that there's some more planks left that I can put in the barrel to stop it from clogging up. So we'll start by making a piston, redstone. Going to need to make another chest. I'm sure I have some chests somewhere, but certainly at the time when I was doing this I couldn't think of where they were. So cobble down the sides. Love the project table. So that's the 2 deployers that are basically going to deploy the wall using the redstone tube frames that's going to stop all the water and lava and things from getting in the way. Now I'm going to need block breakers. So there we go. I'm going to need iron pickaxes and typical more pistons. So that's going to be sticks. So I'm going to need 6 sticks to make 3 iron pickaxes. So I'm going to need 9 iron plus more for the pistons, so I'm going to need 12. But again, I totally didn't think of that at the time I was making this. And pickaxes don't stack, which makes them really annoying in a project table. So it's kind of glad I'm not making lots of them at a time. Told you I was going to need 12. So I'm actually making pistons by hand here. And it's one of those things where after a little while of making pistons you don't even need the recipe. So there's 3 pistons. So it's cobble down the sides again, always lots of cobble. 1, 2, 3 block breakers. This is also going to have another side effect, that it's going to allow me to take my current bore, which is a 3x3, and it'll make it 1 block wider and make it still 3 high, so it's easy to get things off the ceiling, but it'll just mine from a little bit wider. What it will also do is it'll give an inventory for all the cobble to stack itself in. So that's going to be really good once that happens as well. So I've just forgotten something and I have no idea what I forgot. But I'm heading back upstairs to get it. I'm getting lost in my own base. I am as confused as the next person. Loads of sticks. Ah, of course, torches. Torches, torches, torches. You can never have enough torches. I love that double right click with your little... It kind of reminds me of a mitten. Like if I had a thumb sticking out, I'd say it was an oven mitt. Now there's been a request, and I'm sorry I've forgotten your name, to look at adding the improved first person mod to the pack. And basically it's a mod. So now that we've got lots of torches, we can start to light this place up. That's definitely the direction I want to go. Yeah, because basically what the improved first person mod does is it adds kind of some changes to the way that Minecraft renders. So basically what it means is you'll actually see your legs and you'll see different things like that depending on which angle you're looking at when you're looking. So if you look straight down, you'll see your own legs, so it's like you really are looking from your head. Don't mess with me, creeper. Creepers have really got so much more challenging since they increased that explosion radius. I don't like them now. Okay, so here is my little setup. So basically what I'm going to have to do to stop things like lava and water getting in through this gap here that's next to the motor, which is basically if there's anything that gets on that spot, the motor can't move forward, or if there's anything on that back spot, the motor can't move everything. So I'm basically going to have to kind of... I get really nervous whenever I hear lava, but I'm basically going to have to put something on the side here that's going to stop it from filling in. And I was thinking of just putting some frames up, but I thought, yeah, frames are alright, but it would be better to actually have something kind of solid there to definitely make sure things get stopped. So just mining out a little bit of area to work with here. Bit of water coming in, so we'll block that off to make sure it doesn't bother us during our build. Okay, so now we need to knock the edges off some of these areas here to make sure it fits nicely. Just trying to work out what the best way to block it off is. It's definitely going to be this bit here. So just kind of considering all my options. That's the reason I built that spare sapphire pickaxe. The hindsight of having built this once already means that I know that what I'm doing is not the correct way to do it. Basically what I'm doing here is red power tubes will automatically fill the closest inventory. Sorry, the sound of a dying creeper scared me there. So by putting cobble in each one of those slots, it means that it's only going to take cobble and everything else will continue to go to the ender chest. And then once these are full of cobble, they'll no longer be the closest inventory. I think that's the point there where I just worked out I need my block breakers. Yep. So I need to pop that cover off there to make sure that it sticks to the frame. Then we put our redstone tube frames in. Perfect. Now I put the block breakers in that spot there and that spot there. They still connect to the tubes from the side, so they're still going to work the way that they should. And once again, just making sure I fill the inventory up. Right, so now we have this front area here, which is the reason I built the block breakers. So then again, they're also going to be connected, so they're going to get the same pulse. So basically every time the block breakers fire, the deployers will put some cobble out beside the machine, which will give us a nice solid wall of cobble that should stop things from falling in. And any kind of water that runs down the side of the deployers there isn't going to be able to come on enough of an angle to actually get in, so that's going to pretty much stop things. So just deciding when I'm ready to fire the machine up, and I've realized that I've totally forgotten to go underneath and fix the covers back up. So cover, 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 cover. So it covers on all of those, and you can see that the block update has caused the deployer to fire. That's okay, that'll happen on occasions, but nothing to worry about. All it means is it's just going to deploy some cobble that I've got to break. So that's all looking good now. Bit of a frame on the back there to stop things from sticking to it. And making sure I haven't missed anything, we should be good to go now. Okay, that's bad. Nearly placed a block of tin ore back to stop it. It's okay though, because we have an abundance of cobble. Just gonna wait for the lava to go. Okay, so both of the deployers fired successfully, and the machine hasn't worked. I'll leave you guys in suspense if you don't yet know why. Certainly at this point in time I had no idea why, so I am now going to proceed to dig pretty much this entire machine out to try and work out what I've done wrong. And I've just figured that I think I forgot to uncover the top, and sure enough, yes, I had indeed forgot one spot on the top. So, you know, kudos to you guys who thought of that and worked that out. Now, extra bonus points if you guys have realized the next reason that it's not going to work, because once again I certainly didn't, but both the deployers correctly deployed. The block breakers have broken everything in front of them. Nothing is sticking to the block breakers. Like I said, I'm going to dig this machine out because I have no idea what's going on. It's trying its darndest to work, but it's not doing anything. I'm serious, it gets better. Keep putting my shovel away. That's such a bad idea to keep putting the shovel away. So, having a look under here, making sure that I haven't missed anything. Everything's still got covers on it. Told you I'm going to dig this whole thing out because I have no idea why it's not working. Good. I was hoping I'll put that back on. Yeah, everything's got a cover. I'm sure there's a couple of you right now doing exactly what I'm doing, which is just shaking your head and going, "Why aren't you working?" And then there's some other ones of you guys out there who are probably knowing exactly what the issue is. For those of you who aren't yet sure, my inventory is a dead giveaway as to why it's not working. It's even on my hotbar. But I'm going to dig around and just check it a little bit more before I realise what the problem is. Everything's good. I told you I'm digging this machine out. Sometimes it can just be so frustrating to not know. So I pretty much made a design decision when I was building this that I would not add deployers on the other side because I figured I probably wasn't going to need them. I'm now checking to make sure that I had these correctly connected, so I'm breaking them all again to make sure that they are indeed correctly connected. And surprise, surprise, they were, because I still haven't worked it out yet. Like I said, super bonuses to you guys who know what the problem is. Just, I'm slightly embarrassed and frustrated at myself for not realizing earlier. So now, that deploy is still not making a difference. I've just convinced myself that that wasn't the issue. And no, those blocks around it weren't the issue either. And no, the redstone's not the issue. It's frustrating and embarrassing having to commentate this after I've already done it. I was embarrassed enough at the end when I actually found the problem. Okay, so next deployer. We know that the deployer is not the issue, so fill this all in. Come on. Come on, Andrew, you can do it. It's in your inventory, you're holding it. Yay, I worked it out. It's a bat box. Red power machines don't move without power. So now that I've provided power, look at that. Deployed the cobble, machine moves forward. Boom, deploys more cobble, moves forward. Perfect. Exactly what it should have been doing all along. So you can see now that by having on that right hand side that 2-block wall of cobble, that's pretty much going to fill in any gaps that are there, which will stop. It should pretty much stop anything from being able to flow in and actually get to the point where it's going to be annoying. The other advantage is, as long as you've got some cobble to build up to start where it's up to, it also builds you a 1-block wide bridge if you just knock the top bit off. So you can see I can just now walk along and it's giving me a nice bridge all the way across the lava that I don't have to worry about building my own. Which is handy. So there we go. It's going to keep doing its thing, keep moving. Nice little bridge there. And you can see it's not deploying any cobble when there's no gaps in front of it, so the cobble that it does have is going to last a really long time. You can see there that it's got 2 stacks of cobble already, and that one there's got 1.5 stacks, so it's filling itself up with cobble pretty quick. So I've just realised that it's super dark in here, so time to place some torches. Now I promise that I will get more of these materials off camera as soon as this episode finishes. Not all of them, because really I can't be bothered, but I will get more of them. But I can always use a bit more iron, particularly the amount of iron I used in making this build. So you can see that it's basically making sure, and I think what I was actually saying there is there's been some other designs that make it into like a 5x5 breaker, so that you actually end up with across the top a solid wall as well as down the left hand side and the right hand side, and that basically gives you almost kind of a new solid sort of tunnel that everything runs in. I guess part of the reason why I'm doing that is I already have it set up. I can't get that with this pick, never mind. I already have it set up so that I can't have a problem with things falling from the top. Pretty much because of the fact that I've got that little kind of canopy over it. And I've got it set up as well, hopefully, so that the left hand side isn't going to be too much of a problem. But like I think I said a little while ago, you often intend things to not be a problem, and then they're a problem anyway. So actually part of the reason why I'm just staying here is I want to make sure that it does continue to work, because I think the last 2 times I've left the machine, like less than 5 minutes after I've left it, it's got something has stopped it, it's got clogged, it's got contained up in something. So I figured by doing a little bit this way I'd be helping myself out. So I think it's time to go back and check on it. Throw some more torches out. You can see there it seems to be working really nicely. Got lots of power still in the battery, so I think it's time to head back. No, just a little bit more mining first. Clearly I wanted to wait just a little bit longer. See how good my fortunes are with this Fortune 3 pickaxe. chase it down. Can always use a little bit more nickelite. You can never have enough iron. Didn't realize just how long I was mining for on camera. I thought this was a quick episode. But I have some plans for some more things that I want to do in the future that are going to need quite a bit of nickelite, so it's not going to hurt to grab a little bit more. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Astocky out.